Hi and welcome to the Underground Cookery School fortnightly video podcast. Today I'm going to show you how to make pasta. The first step is to make the dough. Now I've got some flour here, which is sometimes referred to as 00. It's made from durum wheat, which has got a very high gluten content. Now I've just put a pinch of salt in as you've seen. I'm going to create a little well, and in that well I'm just going to crack an egg. Try and use the best quality egg you can. These particular ones are almost orangey, just because they're a fantastic, well, they're very organic. The chicken that laid them had a very good life. I'm going to keep folding that moisture in. And the idea is just to try and get as much of the moisture in the egg as possible into every aspect, all parts of the flour. So when you get to the point I'm at now, actually you can just scrape off that dough from a fork and then go in with your hands. And the idea now is to end up with as clean a bowl as possible. So we're going to mop up all of that excess, and you can see that a dough is already beginning to come together. Here we are. So I'm just mopping up any excess in the bowl. And now I'm going to tip out any extra flour onto the work surface, and I'm just going to carry on kneading for the next minute or two until I end up with the dough that I'm happy with. So I've been working away whilst the camera's been switched off, and we've now got a lovely dough on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this dough through the pasta machine, which we also set up whilst the camera was off. And every time I put it through the machine, I'm going to fold it in half and turn it by 90 degrees. And the reason I'm going to do that is so that I end up with a manageable rectangular shape of dough rather than a very long thin one. Now on this machine we've got 10 settings, and I've just moved it down to number 9, and what's going to happen is for the next couple of minutes I'm going to fold the dough in half each time, pass it through the machine and turn it by 90 degrees and work my way down to 0. But you're not going to watch me do the whole lot because you'll probably fall asleep. So the next time the camera cuts in, we'll be back down to 0. So I've actually folded that into quarters because it does make it a bit more manageable rather than halves, which we're doing to begin with. If I just straighten that up onto the machine like that, it's now on 0 setting, so you should find we just end up with a nice smooth dough. That's really lovely, and you should find I can just iron out the creases without having to put it through again. I'm just going to neaten it up by taking the ends off like that, which we can use at a later date. A little bit more flour. It is important, I think, just to flour before you cut, which is what we're about to do, so that the individual pasta don't stick together. I'm going to put the cutter on now, so obviously handle facing you, that just slides in. Now this is obviously a restaurant sized machine, but you can get the smaller domestic ones. It's a similar sort of operation. And the secret now, you just put the dough on the back of your hand, and what I'm going to do is keep the wheel turning, lay it onto the back of the machine, keep this turning at all times, and actually what you can do is collect the pasta at the very end. There you have freshly made pasta. So we've got this lovely tagliatelle now, and a brief word on how to cook it. I just throw it in boiling water, and it takes about 2 or 3 minutes to cook through. What I do is just taste it as I go along. When I'm happy with the texture, a little bit al dente, get it out of the water, just drain it off. Don't drain all the water out because then it'll stick together. Leave a little bit of moisture in there, move it around, add a bit of salt and pepper, some olive oil, and maybe a bit of grated parmesan. I would leave it and then just serve it with perhaps a little bit of broccoli. Thanks very much for watching. If you've got ideas for future podcasts, just drop me a line on the email via the website. Thanks once again for watching.